Alright, in today's video, we are going to talk about how the tablespace, systoolspace, and systoolstmpspace being created. We are working on the Db2 system, and sometimes you notice those tablespace is being created in your system, but you may not know how it's being created and when it's being created. Is this created by the system or by individual? Okay, so this video we're going to review this information. So we will see typically those table spaces are created by Db2 engine behind the screen. And also we'll see IBM, there's lots of inaccurate information due to the outdated in the IBM website documentation. Okay, all right, let's get started. Okay, so this is the system I'm going to use. It is a Db2 11.5 system, 5.7. So let me do a Db2 list db. So it's right now it's empty. So I'm gonna create a database and to see. So right now it's empty. So let's first create a database. So I'm gonna create a database called sample. This may take a few seconds. After that, we connect to the database and see how many table spaces. So it's going to be 3, right? So that is so we're going to do connect database. We will find 3 table spaces, okay? So this is the, when you create a new database, IBM gave 3 table spaces, the syscat and the user space 1 and the temp space 1. So this is the 3 table space, also called like system table spaces, something like that. Okay, the table spaces the database created. Let's connect and take a quick look. Okay, so let's do a list table space. So we're gonna do a list table space. Now you see we have a 3 table space, 0, 1, 2, syscat space, temp space 1, and user space. Okay. So I'm gonna do a only grab the name to see a short list. We have these 3 databases. Now let's wait like a few 10 seconds. You will see another table space is going to be created. So we need to find out. So I'm going to do, let's write a quick script. Okay, so we're gonna do a loop. So we're gonna do a loop, and then we're gonna connect. Okay, so we're gonna connect the database. So after that, we're gonna do the list table space. Then we do echo. Then we do sleep, like let's see, 10 seconds. Then we're done. Let's see. All right, there's still 3 databases. So, and at the same time, and let's go to the IBM documentation about the table space. Okay, so here's the IBM documentation. If you search systoolspace space or systoolstmpspace, then you will find this document. Okay, so let me go back to Google. So I'm just do a quick search systoolspace and search. Okay, so this is this documentation says systoolspace and the systoolsTempSpace. For the first one, it is basically used by Db2 administrative tools and also some administrative routine for sorting historical data and configuration information. Okay, so it says those routine or tools gonna use this system tool space. The list of those things. Some of them is already deprecated. Let's see those health monitor is deprecated, so IBM still leave it here. And also this one, the config automatic management wizard, it doesn't exist anymore. So this is for it's basically belong to one category called the admin move table, and this is the some are gonna use. Okay, also this is a store procedure. Also, it says Db2 look is going to use. Actually, later we can find that Db2 look may not need this table space. Okay, so then this one, it is basically create the explain plan table, the new way to clean table. All right, let's read here. It says systoolspace is created first time any of these two are listed above. And then it says the exceptions Db2 look. This one's task manage scheduler. We don't use this one. This procedure and this will be the exceptions. So when you use these two, they will not create the table space for you. You have to create first, okay? But they said this if you use these two, this table space must be created before you can use them. Okay. All right. So then there's a note. Let's skip one, but this is number one. It is for the SAP. Okay. So it says number two we can skip because this health monitor is already deprecated. You can do a search quick. You see. It's already deprecated 10 some years ago, okay? So this is relevant. The only thing that's relevant is called automatic statistic collection feature. And it says, yeah, about 2 hours. So this automatic statistic collection is going to check the database and then they will create automatically these two table space. So this is also incorrect, okay? So let's go back to my window. You see, after we wait a few minutes, there's a new table space is created, okay? There's nowhere IBM never mentioned this one. When you create a database, after a few minutes, this table space is going to be created, okay? So, however, this table space will never be created automatically unless you invoke certain command and then it will be created, okay? So behind the screen, the Db2 database engine does create this table space, but not this automatic created space by default, okay? But not this one. This is a temporary table space, okay? So let's read this paragraph. It said, systoolsTempspace is a temporary table space used by these procedures, these three procedures. If you invoke these two procedures, they will create table space, but not this one. So if you use this one, admin CMD, it requires this table space to be created. beforehand. Okay, so let's do continue with the some demo. Okay, so first from this screen, we already demoed this table space. It's created automatically. We don't know exactly behind the screen how IBM created, but as I said, there's no documentation mention these things. The only thing they mentioned is like 2 hours, that every 2 hours we'll check the automatic statistics collection and then create those table space. But that just appears is not true. However, it may still create related. It may behind the screen is also come from this feature, but only this first table space is being created. Okay. I said that is how this table space are being created. Okay. So let's do some tests. One test I'm going to see, because this here says db2 look command, it will need this table space. So we're going to demonstrate will not. Okay. So before I do that, let's go back to the terminal window. So first, I'm going to connect the database. So this is my second session, and so I'm going to connect. So I leave the up window to monitor. So I'm going to drop this table space here. Okay. So then I'm going to run the db2 look. Okay. So drop table space. Okay, so I'm going to drop table space and then run the db2 look. Okay, it's dropped. So now we're going to do a db2 look. You see, upper window is dropped. Okay, minus d. The database name here is sample. Let's just do a simple minus l. Means just get to the table space definition. So the command runs successfully. We don't see the table, this systool space being created. Okay, let's run a few more. We can use -e to extract. Run successful. -x successful. So we run a couple of times. The db2 command look what is fine. It's without this table space. So we already see there's so many inaccuracy for the IBM documentation, because if you look at the old version 9.7, basically it's identical, just copy over. So, and now you see this created after a few, sometimes short, sometimes long, but ranging from 10 seconds and a few minutes. Okay. All right, so basically you see this is irrelevant nowadays. This is deprecated. Okay, this just and some other things, and it just not very good from my thinking, So, and so that's for so far for this systool space. So let's take a look at this systool temp space, see how this is being created. Of course, for those kind of table space, you can always create by yourself. But because this is used by the system administrative task, so it's better to let the system to create it for us. So I'm going to just just run one of these stop procedure. This is for the reorg check. If you run this reorg check, it will create this table space. Okay. Once the table space has been created, you can also use the admin CMD. Okay. So let's do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now this to call this procedure. Okay, so where's procedure? Okay, so I'm going to call this stop procedure. It's similar to the the typically db reorg command. Okay, db2 reorg check command. Okay, so I already connected. I'm just going to call this stop procedure. Okay, so I'm calling this stop procedure. This stop procedure take two variables. The first variable, so let's see, is t. So or s. T means table. S means like schema, or you can use I think null to means both a table schema. So I just use this as example to call this procedure. Okay. Actually, I don't even have a table yet. Okay. So if I call this stop procedure, you will see, yeah, they just check some system table space. Tables, you see those system. You see this table space being created immediately. Okay. All right. So that is demoed how these two table space are being created. One, we notice this one is created by the system regardless if you create a new database. Okay. Unless you follow this document, you can disable these features. Okay. But these two table space anyways used by the system for us or for the system from the mission. I would prefer IBM, created as a part of the database creation, but they're going to create anyway, right? So it's also very small, just hold very little data. But anyway, that is another story, and we may ask IBM for enhancement, okay? But anyway, so this is the how this table space are being created, okay? So let's take a quick look how this the definition, okay, the DDL. So I'm gonna do a db2 look and do the sample -l so we can see and how exactly this table space is going to be. Okay, you see the first table space, it is a large table space and page size 4 because when we create a database, it is page size 4. Okay, so it's very simple. Just create large table space, automatic storage, and use the default buffer pool. Okay, so that is a requirement because I think the documentation mentioned something like that. Let's scroll down. And yeah, it says the table space must be created into IBM CAD group, database partition group. Okay, so it's CAD group, this one. So the partition group. So this is a requirement. If we create manually, we can do this as well. So basically, it's very simple. Let's give it a try. Okay. If you want to manual, let's see. Let's first drop the table space. If we see you can drop this table space, right? So if you can create manually, you can do it like this. We'll create a successful. Let's drop again. Let's just confirm, So if you remove this clause, see what's going to be. Okay, so let's see. I remove a double quote. Well, it's also created successful. Probably by default, it's default into this IBM CAD group. Okay, let's rerun this. Look, yeah, same thing. Create if you manually create or let the system create. So similar for this user, it is user temporary space. Okay, and also in this IBM CAD group. All right, so that's it. So let's do a quick summary. and it's basically we see first we notice the systoolspace is created automatically by the system, and if you create a new in general, if you create a new database, unless you do some special and the prevent to create system will by default is create this. For this one, the systoolsTempSpace you can either create manually and or you can call a stop procedure. So just trigger let the Db2 engine to create for you. Okay. We also pointed out quite a few. In one-page documentation, there's so many inaccuracy in the documentation, even like not inaccurate, even incorrect. Like for example, the Db2 look, okay, and so I just based on what I've learned about these things, and so I share this information here. All right, that's it.